Yo, what's good, YouTube? Arrow back. My fault for being gone for months again, but I'm getting back. I'm getting right back into it. For that, like last months, I've been like just chilling with school. But anyways, here I'm with you with a terrain generation, which is behind me, well in front of me really. This is the terrain generation. I'm gonna state the cons and the pros about this, or probably just the cons because there's only problems with every code I do. And then I'm gonna go in depth on this tutorial too, explaining what like everything does. And I just want to give a shout out to Gnome Code because that's where I got most of the script from. That doors tutorial, that's where I got the spawn script from, and then I added my own stuff in. I added like sides to each parts, and you know, like left, back, right, you know, all that. So first, if you want to do the terrain generation, you're gonna have to have a block of terrain, of course. So make a folder named terrains, make a folder named generated terrain. You don't need the animals, that's just for my thing. And then make a starting terrain. That's gonna be your building block, basically, what the things are gonna go off of. So on your block, you're gonna have back, which is right here. You can have a 1x1 cube right here that's gonna be like in the middle of, not necessarily in the middle. I mean, the height doesn't really matter. It depends on how tall you want the terrain to be. So this is right there, that's back, front, in the hold up, in the front, of course, front right here, left right there, and then right over there. Anchored, welded, no, not welded, they're not welded, you don't have to weld them. And then you're gonna duplicate that and then make like different types of terrain. So here I have lower grass, here I have higher grass, here I have higher grass tree, and then here I have tall grass, and then chicken spawner. You don't have to have that, that's for my game. And then the lower grass tree, I put a tree right here and a tree on that one. And now for the script. Yeah, right here. Oh, that's not the one. This one. Okay, so disregard this spawn module. I'm gonna put this right here. That's just for the animal stuff. So you want to have a script, a module script, and then a module script in that module script. And for the script, I think we should look at the bottom first. Alright, so for the module, for the bottom terrain info module script, you're gonna have this, which is basically your terrain info. So on each piece of terrain you have weight, which is basically like the rarity, like how often it'll spawn. So you can go like high as you want, that would be your max, and then minimum is the lowest, of course, which is 0. Because, and this starting terrain is at 0 because you don't need to spawn it, but you got to put it there anyway. So lower grass will spawn more, lower grass tree will, chicken spawner will spawn less. Oh no, tall grass will spawn less. So that has like a 0.5 chance. This is basically just your terrain info. You can add anything here, by the way, so you can access it from the other module script. And on to the second module script. The second module script, okay, so this is the name of the module, terrains. And then terrains.info is basically getting this right here. And then terrain.random, you're assigning a random thing. I don't know, I got it from Gnome Code. So this function right here, basically you're getting a random terrain piece from the terrain info and from the terrains folder. So the total weight's going to be 0 because you're going to be adding on to that. For I equals info and pairs.info, the total weight plus info.weight. So info.weight, you're basically getting this right here. This is the info, and then dot weight. So you're getting the terrain's weight, and then you're adding it to the total weight. And then this random weight just gets a random weight from the things. I think it's from here. A random number from right there. and current weight equals 0. Random terrain is going to equal nil because you don't have it yet, of course. And then for info, current plus for what that weight. Okay, so the current weight is going to equal to one of these. So if the thing chooses lower grass tree, the weight's going to equal to 2, and you know. So if that random weight is less than or equal to current weight, then random terrain is going to equal that number right here, this I. So essentially what that's doing is just choosing a weight, adding it to the current weight, and then see if they equal. Yeah, let's see if they equal. And then yeah, it does that. And then it returns the terrain that they chose, that the thing chose. And you're gonna take note of this return thing, because it's gonna be down here. Yep, right here. So this random terrain is basically getting the thing that it chose. This previous terrain is gonna be the followed up one. So basically, if I spawn in the game right now, this is the previous terrain, and then they're gonna be added on, you know, that stuff. And then okay, so generate. This is the thing that the thing chose, and then you're cloning the one that they chose, and then this is the thing that I added, the possible point. I created a table for each point of the terrain, like the left, back, front, you know, that stuff. And then I put possible pivot. So possible point is going to be where on the previous terrain, it's going to be that point that you're trying to get. So it's going to choose a random one. So like it chooses front, and then pivot. Oh, okay, yeah, pivot, and then hold up. Oh, okay, I'm choosing a primary part for the new terrain. So that can pivot to the previous terrain, whatever it is. So basically, I have a part, and it has a left, right, front, back. I'm choosing a primary part to clip onto left, right, front, and back. So basically, the left point could clip onto the front, and that'll make it like randomized, you know. So I gotta work on rotations and all that, but that's later. So yeah. And then right here, the new terrain dot primary part is gonna equal to possible point right here. Math dot random 1 to 4. That's just choosing a random index. Index is the amount of items right here. So if it chooses 2, it's gonna get this one. It's gonna be the right. The primary part's gonna equal to the right thing. And then the new terrain pivot to possible pivot, and then the random thing, math.random, is going to choose a random pivot point. And then the dot C frame is the points C frame, so I can actually like clip on. And then the new terrain dot parent is going to equal to the generated terrain right here. This is going to be your generated terrain. You're gonna need a folder for that in case like you want to delete all of it at once, or you want to manage it easily. And then you're returning that new terrain, just so we can like have it. And then in the server, you're getting the terrain mod, which is this right here. And then the previous terrain is going to be the workspace dot starting terrain, because that's your thing. This max pieces is going to be how much like pieces on your thing you want. You can put it all the way to 100,000, but I did that and it broke my computer because it wasn't strong enough. But then this is the function where you actually like spawn it. So for I equals 1 max pieces, this is basically like it continuously runs this at like an infinite speed, so it'll happen like instantly. You won't be able to see it unless you put like a weight 1, and then you'll see that it's like spawning in 100 of these at a time, because max pieces equals 100. I'm gonna put it to 1,000. No, not. Yes, I will. I'm gonna put it to 1,000 so y'all can see what it is. And then the previous terrain is equals terrain.mod.generate. Yeah. So basically, once a part generates, that's going to equal the previous terrain. So then the next part can clip onto that one, and then you call it right here. And I'm gonna show y'all what it looks like. 1,000. Okay, this is what 1,000 looks like. You got like a whole island, randomized trees, you know, everywhere. I don't think I have any chickens on here. I'm thinking about making a game with this. I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be better than this, obviously, because I'm gonna have like rotations, and so the terrain won't like clip into each other. But yeah. And that's the tutorial. I hope y'all enjoyed. I'm gonna be back on my grind because I know some of y'all need help and y'all have suggestions, and I see it. I'm just, you know, stressed from basketball in school, but other than that, I'm going to start uploading soon.